Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2CTV, your global news channel. We have some breaking news coming from Iran as the whole country is in chaos. We have news about fresh and new assassinations of the top of the IRGC, the bunker of Ayatollah Khamenei in Lavizan has been hit. There's absolute chaos over there. Of course, there's a lot of rumors and speculations on social media saying, oh, he's dead or whatever. We will wait because we might get the confirmation of his well-being any moment. That there is unconfirmed reports about his elimination, but don't listen to social media. We don't have any of that confirmed. But the Americans are also giving out new briefings from the presidents in the White House that he is now ready because they believe if Khamenei is assassinated, that the rest of the IRGC are going to go nuclear, so you're going to have to hit forward. It's all kicking off. And we have a speech, the latest video from the Crown Prince of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, the leader of the opposition, who is the only leader and figure popular inside the country. And he's obviously talking about confirming the defections from the army and the government officials of the Islamic Republic to his camp. Let me give you guys all the updates. We have a number of videos to go through, especially from Lavizan, that's been hit massively. Emergency services are everywhere, all over the place. We're also now at 1,062,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. If you want to get more out of this channel and support our work and our team, then of course become a member of 2CTV Plus as our independent platform. You can use the promo code 1million. You will get 50% off annual memberships by going on 2c.tv. Now let me give you guys the first video. Earlier on we finally got the video just about half an hour ago, but this is actually from a few hours ago. The internet has been absolutely chaotic in Iran. Getting videos out has been difficult, but there are claims of an IRGC high-ranking official assassination in broad daylight in the capital. We are still waiting for the confirmation of the identity of this person. Let's go to the video.
کسی تو ماشین بود؟
این اون نبود. این خدا میدونه حسن چی بود.
So there was this obviously explosion, and there have been these sort of assassinations in terms of car explosions a lot by Mossad. We don't know exactly who, but the sources from inside the regime say that somebody may have been hurt. I'm not really sure. If you were in a car, you're probably more than hurt, but we don't know exactly who yet. The Iranian regime also said that there was an attempt of assassination on the foreign minister, IRGC, but the Iranian regime was saying that that has been unsuccessful, although we haven't heard from IRGC for a while, so we'll find out. And the supreme leader himself, because we're going to talk about what's going on in his bunker, well, outside his bunker, hasn't actually posted on X for about 10 hours. We'll again get more information on that. Let's talk about what's happening now over the last few minutes. The Israeli Defense Forces have issued a massive evacuation order, immediate evacuation order to the civilians in Iran. This message was released, of course, in English and also in Persian, urging all residents near Sefidrud Industrial Park to evacuate immediately. They have said the urgent warning to all people located in the red area of the map in Sefidrud Industrial Park within the village of Kalesh and Talashan. The Israeli army, just as it has been attacking the Iranian regime's military infrastructure throughout Iran in recent days, will soon be operating in this area. Dear citizens, for your safety and health, we ask that you leave the designated area on the map as soon as possible. Now, of course, that red circle you see is a very small area. All you have to do is just leave that bit, stand aside, wait for the IDF to complete their mission, and then you can return. Having said that, there is also the situation in Lavizan. Lavizan is where it is believed that to be the home, the current home of the supreme leader, in the tunnel, in the bunker that has now been completely destroyed. We are getting, as I said, some unconfirmed reports, which we're not going to go with on social media, about the fact that the Ayatollah has already been assassinated. We don't know if he's alive or dead, so we'll wait. Let's go to the video. also, as the government in Tehran have also said that the emergency workers, emergency services are now all over Lavizan. The area has been closed off. We don't know exactly what's going on in terms of because obviously they've closed the whole area off. So they're doing their investigation, and if we are going to get some updates over the next few minutes or hours about the well-being of the supreme leader. Now, precise targeted attacks are currently happening in the capital, across the capital in Tehran as well. The IDF continue to issue warning, which is nice to obviously the civilians. Let's go to the next video.
Oh,
I can see someone in the live chat said, Maya, did you say IR toilet? No, instead of Ayatollah, we now say IR toilet because that's more appropriate. Now, in terms of the defections and the uprising, the Crown Prince of Iran, of course, made a speech earlier and last night asking for people to be prepared to come out and do their uprising. Of course, not while Israel is bombing, but they have to start taking control of their country. Only the Iranian people could finish the job once the time comes. And even inside, things are changing. Inside the government, inside the regime itself, there are defections. We already reported yesterday about these defections. The Crown Prince has himself now confirmed that these are the messages that he's getting. People are messaging his team and getting in touch with him to pledge allegiance to the Crown Prince.
همیهنان عزیزم، بسیاری از شما در پاسخ به پیامی که اخیراً به شما دادم با من تماس گرفته اید و کاملاً برای من محسوس هستش که چقدر عزم و اراده شما راسخ است. البته میدونم که رژیم اینترنت رو قطع کرده، تلفن رو قطع کرده، با امید ایجاد یأس در شما. ما باید این دیوارهای سانسور رو بشکنیم و امیدوارم که این ارتباطاتمون همچنان برقرار بمونه. میخواستم راجع به دو نکته مهم باهاتون صحبت بکنم. نخست این که اطلاعاتی که از درون کشور به من میرسه نشون دهنده این هستش که ساختارهای کنترل و اطلاعاتی نظام رو به فروپاشی است، حتی بیشتر از 2 روز پیش. و این یک علامت این هستش که نظام بیشتر و بیشتر داره شکننده میشه. البته کنار این مسئله مهمتر این هستش که جهانیان نیز متوجه دارن میشن که دیگه این نظام داره نفسهای آخرش رو میکشه و اتفاقا ارتباطاتی که اخیراً با من و تیم من گرفته شده نشون دهنده این هستش که کم کم دارن به فکر این که پس از این نظام چه باید کرد و چه اتفاقاتی در ایران میتونه بیفته با ما مشغول تبادل نظر هستن و خودم و تیمم در این مورد بسیار فعال هستیم. نکته دیگر این که بسیاری از پرسنل ارتش و همچنان از مقامات دولتی یا امنیتی آنها نیز به سهم خود به من اطلاع دادند که دارن خط خودشون رو از رژیم جدا میکنن و به زودی این رو به شکل مشهود به شما مردم نشان خواهند داد. این اهمیت اتحاد و یکصدایی همگی ماست که باعث خواهد شد نهایتاً این نظام رو شکست بدیم و پیروز بشویم. بنابراین سنگر رو ترک نکنیم، همینطور که تا به حال مقاومت کردید ادامه بدید. من به همگی شما درود میفرستم و امیدوار هستم که هر چه زودتر بتونیم در آزادی و رفاه آینده بهتری رو برای کشورمون رقم بزنیم.
Well, that's the thing. So I've been saying this for a very long time. The final trigger and the final phase will be for the actual people in the armed forces, not necessarily the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, but the army of Iran, who basically, by the way, they are armed, obviously, to, as the prince said, the way he described it, they will soon show it to you in a visible way, their support, what they are going to be doing. That is the final phase to take control of the country. Everything is still on edge and anything could happen. There should be no complacency, because if there is a lifeline thrown at the Islamic regime, of course, they could always survive. I know it's very difficult to see how they're going to survive. The whole thing is falling apart, but you never know. So nobody should celebrate just yet. And of course, we have confirmation now that the governments around the world are now getting in contact with the Crown Prince of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, and his team to, of course, get briefings and in preparations for potential return to Iran. As we speak, the air defense system in Tehran has once again been activated. And of course, the Israeli attacks continue across the capital. And let's quickly go to the next video from Tehran. I saw the live chat, people are talking about this. For the record, I'm Batman. That was terrible. there was someone in the live chat just said, is this the same Khamenei that put a fatwa on Salman Rushdie? Actually, it was the previous Ayatollah, the first supreme leader, who sounds the same, ironically, like coincidentally, because both of these surnames are not really a normal surname in Iran. Khomeini and Khamenei. And by the way, both of them, their family and their parents, they are not necessarily indigenous Iranians. They are basically Arabs and others and everything else. But no, it was the first one that put a fatwa on Salman Rushdie. We now have a quick update from Shiraz as well. A fire has broken out in the southeastern parts, in the mountains of Shiraz, which was the home of the Shiraz red wine. Until the Islamic occupation started. Let's go to Shiraz, and we have another video in terms of the conversation about defections. So we're not really sure exactly what's going on in the mountains in Shiraz. It's just fire. We don't really have any confirmation whether this was a strike or something happened, but something has happened, obviously. There is, in terms of the defections, of course, a lot of people are sending support to those inside the country in Iran who are defecting from the army, from the security, from the police, from the government. The Imperial Air Force Pilots Association are now urging the Iranian military to continue their defection from the Islamic occupation to join the people. Let's go to this next video. This is a very, very important message.
با درود به شما و درود به ملت غیور ایران. اعضای انجمن خلبانان نیروی هوایی شاهنشاهی ایران همبستگی کامل خود را با پیام اخیر شاهزاده رضا پهلوی اعلام می‌داریم. پیام ایشان خطاب به نیروهای مسلح برای پیوستن به مردم ایران در مبارزه‌ای بر حقشان علیه رژیم سرکوبگر جمهوری اسلامی است. پیامی است برخواسته از میهن دوستی، شرافت و دفاع از ایران عزیزمان. ما که روزی در کنار شما لباس خدمت به وطن را به تن کرده بودیم، خوب می‌دانیم که این لباس تنها یک یونیفرم نیست، بلکه مسئولیتی سنگین و مقدس در برابر مردم، نه در خدمت به رژیم ویرانگر. پیام شاهزاده رضا پهلوی فراخوانی برای شورش نیست، بلکه دعوتی است برای ایستادگی در سمت تاریخ و در کنار مردم برای آینده آزاد، مستقل و دموکراتیک. ما به عنوان برادران شما نگران حال آینده ایران و شما و خانواده هاتون هستیم. مردم ایران خانواده شما هستند و اکنون چشم امیدشان به شجاعت، وفاداری و انتخاب شماست. اکنون زمان آن فرا رسیده است که مأموریت واقعی یک سرباز را بیاندیشید و از ملت ایران دفاع کنید. متشکرم.
As we speak, people across the country, especially in Tehran, are chanting death to the dictator and death to Khamenei as the IDF are attacking them. Again, the internet is very bad. We only have a couple of short videos from a couple of people who started the chants. Let's quickly go to this one.
مرگ بر خامنه‌ای، لعنت بر خمینی. مرگ بر خامنه‌ای، مرگ بر دیکتاتور.
The best way to do it is if you start the chant first, wait for everybody else to start chanting, then you start recording it. So he was just on his own starting the chant, nobody else was chanting. Anyway, obviously we've shown you these type of videos a lot over the last few days. Now, obviously a lot of people have already left the capital, so they're not even in the city. But there was a weird update earlier about the Americans pressuring Israel not to hit the Fordo nuclear site. But then we discovered what was actually happening. This was an Israeli source that claimed that Washington has requested a pause on plans to strike the nuclear site. Now the problem with this is that the White House has said, we haven't said anything. There's no confirmation on any of this. So there's a little pressure, of course, coming from the media, the press in Israel. So they're creating all these weird stories about President Trump before he even decides anything. I know what they're doing because they want to put more pressure on the White House, right? But when it's clearly a lie or not confirmed, it backfires every single time. Anyway, the White House themselves have come out to say that obviously there are worrying updates in terms of the briefings going to the president's office, that Iran has all it needs to achieve a nuclear weapon now, and it will take like a couple of weeks. That's why the president initially said tonight, okay, within the next 2 weeks, I'll decide what to do. But over the last few minutes, we were getting updates that it could be much sooner than you thought. Let's go.
When the president said a few weeks away, did he mean obtaining enough enriched uranium to start building a weapon, or did he mean Iran is a few weeks away from completing the production of a weapon?
I'm glad you asked that, Weija. It's an important question, and it's one, frankly, the media has been getting wrong. Let's be very clear. Iran has all that it needs to achieve a nuclear weapon. All they need is a decision from the supreme leader to do that. And it would take a couple of weeks to complete the production of that weapon, which would, of course, pose an existential threat not just to Israel, but to the United States and to the entire world. And that is something that the entire world, including countries like Russia, is in agreement with, that Iran should not and cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. And that's why the president believes that, and he's believed that, again, not just his political career, but frankly, his entire life.
But a fair point. Before we give you guys some breaking news coming from the northeast of Iran, outside of Mashhad, which is kind of worrying about what's actually happening up there. It is important. I've been informed by my fiance / the COO of 2CTV. She just put on the in the live chat, Danielle, saying, don't forget to follow Maya on his socials, at Maya2C on X, at 2CTV on Instagram, at 2CTV on TikTok on LinkedIn. I'll make it easier. Come on, guys. There we go. That's my X profile. Go. If you're new to the channel and you're not following me on X with all the latest updates, at Maya2C, MAHYARTOUSI. And of course, at 2CTV on Instagram and everything else that Danielle said. Now, let's talk about what's going on. We are getting some weird updates in terms of an alleged earthquake. The east of Iran is shaking. Well, it was shaking a 4.3 magnitude tremor, just rattled the whole area, just outside of Mashhad, near Kashmir. We don't know exactly whether this was an earthquake. There is no confirmation of Israeli strikes in this area. So a lot of people are slightly concerned about what this tremor might have been. We will get more information about that. Now, the president, the White House are saying that the president is ready, well, not to immediately attack, but he's ready, and he's now actually ordered, he's given an order to the lovely and brilliant Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, who's been doing an amazing job so far in the United States, to go and chase down and hunt down the sleeper cells, the IRGC sleeper cells, especially those linked to Hezbollah, which is of course the direct proxy of the Islamic Republic. So they clearly know that the threat from the Islamic Republic is very direct towards and against the United States, and there are people in the US who would now harm the Americans. So this is a very fair enough point. And by the way, all the other Western governments must do the same thing, and they don't seem to be doing it. France, Canada, the United Kingdom. In fact, we've got the IRGC people seeking asylum in Canada. Of course, Canada hasn't confirmed this. They haven't approved any of this, but it's weird, right? Having said that, you got that to deal with. There is also a quick update, breaking news again. The IRGC, one of the other main IRGC sites has now been hit. There is going to be more updates on this because we have ballistic missiles and drone programs, the material inside this site. Let's quickly go to this next video we have just received. Okay, but that was definitely something huge, even though obviously the camera wasn't able to get the right angle. Of course, it's not easy when you're just sitting in your apartment and trying to film and not get yourself killed. You have that to deal with. Now, let's talk about you lovely humans in the live chat. So we're going to get some of the super chats, then the members of 2CTV Plus, and then non-super chats. Rogue Trooper says, Khamenei, he's both alive and dead. Oh, Schrodinger's, I didn't see the first word. Schrodinger's Khamenei. Yeah, he's in a box, basically. Well, actually, he's literally in a box. He's in a bunker. Adam says, all of this fantastic news happening around the same day in the Hebrew calendar. Queen Esther from the Purim story enacted the decree letting the Jews fight all those who came to exterminate them. Exterminate. Now, if Khamenei is unalive, the others attack Israel. And I think others will attack everybody. The US and Israel and the UK, everybody. They will go crazy. Or they would immediately surrender. But the Americans have been told, if Khamenei is assassinated, we just heard that from the White House, then there could be a very immediate push towards nuclear, and it will take them not too long to trigger this. So the Americans are on standby just in case it's confirmed that Khamenei is now dead or something. Again, we don't have that. Don't listen to social media. Over the last 2-3 hours, people are saying, oh, he's dead, he's been killed. We don't know. The bunker has been attacked. We don't know what's going on. He's apparently deep down there, so I'm not really sure what they've done. But if he is assassinated, they're going to go crazy. So the Americans are on standby. 2C Google Jihad camps in America and cover it. We've done that before on 2C TV. We've done a whole extensive program about the jihadists in the United States. They got this military training. They have the same thing in north of England, by the way. But in the US, it's been absolutely insane. Max says, Maya, I would love it if we get confirmation that they got Mushali during one of your live streams. Yes, Mush means mouse, by the way. Speaking of Mush, we got Mosh Cohen as well. From Israel saying, Cyrus sent us to rebuild Judea. The debt is overdue. Yeah, you guys took your time. It took about 2,500 years to repay Cyrus the Great. Thanks to the Jews. Come on, guys. Continue. Mama Bear says, I saw a report that Russia has people inside the nuclear plants in Israel. No, in Iran. Apparently, this is why Trump is holding back. Have you heard about this? Praying for your father. No, the Russian contractors are in Iran, in the nuclear site Fordo, And yes, we covered it earlier because Putin has confirmed he had a conversation with Netanyahu's government, and Israel has reassured and guaranteed to the Russians that don't worry, we're not going to harm anybody who's there. So they're going to give a heads up before they attack anything major. So Russia seems to be okay with it. Although they're not okay with it because they said, they don't want any sort of precedent on anything exploding badly. Just join 2CTV Plus using the promo code 1million. What a great deal. It's highly recommended. Howdy from Kentucky. There we go. Again, I love it when the members of the channel do my advertising instead of me. Makes it easier because I keep getting distracted instead of actually focusing on this. So yes, 1 million. Do you know why? Because we recently hit 1 million, which was only yesterday, a couple of days ago. We are already on 1,062,000 subscribers. So we are celebrating. Use the promo code limited offer 1 million. You will get 50% off annual memberships of 2CTV Plus. Just go on 2c.tv and or find the link in the description box down below. And don't forget, download the 2CTV app. It's the home of geopolitical news. You get access to the 2C Talks podcast, documentaries, the chat forum if you want to talk to me directly, and just a heads up. So this is there we go, that's the chat forum, which we're also going to go to in a second to get their reaction alongside all the others as well. If you want to talk to me, you have to be a member of 2CTV Plus. All right. Possible to have regime change without civil war? There won't be civil war. There will be chaos, but not civil war. There's a difference. It's a technical difference. There will be a combination of coup and a civil war because in that situation, it's basically the armed forces, a number of people from the armed forces with guns will be shooting at the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard militants. So it's them that will be fighting. Shooting AA rounds on 4th, 5th generation jets is like me trying to get my baby to sleep by asking him nicely. Yes, I do love the air defense system in Tehran. Just pew, 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 pew. Good luck with that. Turn to your right. Looks like the candle is about to light up your plants from this angle. Oh no, it's going. It's fine. You know why it's fine, right? If you don't know, you should know why. That's safe. Greta Thunberg would be very proud of me. Not the Prince of Persia arc we deserved. Prince of Persia. Was Ayatollah's mom and dad, brother and sister. Yes, I approve. 2 names for your pub, Freedom Habibi or 972. Oh, 972 virgins, goats. It's also Israel International Code. Wow, what a coincidence. Also, this hair, this mess is going to go tomorrow. I keep touching it. It's so annoying now the last couple of days. It's become like a straight afro. It's not my fault. It's Israel's fault because since they started this war, I have not been able to even sleep, let alone get a haircut. Tomorrow, I'm getting a haircut. Are you struggling with a lack of facts and info? Stressed out by propaganda? Concerned about the mainstream media's bias and lies? Join 2CTV Plus to improve mental well-being and immunize yourself from the woke mind virus now. No vaccine required. You know what, Queen Haina? I should pay you to do my adverts. Yes, join 2CTV Plus. Go on 2c.tv. Use the promo code 1million. Mushtaba Nuruzi says, long live Iran, long live the king, hashtag King Reza Pahlavi. Yes, I approve. Google telling the weather, Iran, South Africa connections. Oh yeah, we covered the IRGC, ANC love life, which is a really weird thing. We are going to do, on 2CTV Plus, we are going to do a whole documentary about the ANC, about South Africa. We are going to go to South Africa and cover the whole thing about what's been going on, especially against the white farmers. So this is why you need to join 2CTV Plus. Our next documentary is actually about the faith deficit, which is about the decline of Christian values in the West, but also the resurgence, especially among young people. Then the next one is the Israel documentary, which we filmed a couple of months ago when we were in Israel. But of course, this war has been making it a little bit difficult to sort it out. But that will be released soon as well on 2CTV Plus exclusively. Down with Khamenei, Reza Pahlavi. Yes. Okay. I am American and I have a friend in Tehran, but she disappeared about 2 years ago and was definitely not in support of the IRGC. If she is still alive, I hope she's okay, but I fear it's closure that I will never receive. I hope she's alive, and I hope she's just in the Evin prison. Those political prisoners will be released soon, hopefully. Jeremy says they're not the same situation as Zionism, but the Iranian people need to be brave and take action now. Easy for me to say from my war-free home long. Yeah, well, yeah, and also let's not forget, I always say the Iranian people's problem is that they're not revolutionary, just like the British people. They're not like the French or the Arabs or the Americans. So it's quite difficult to see how on their own they could do something. As again, if they get the support from the armed forces, the military defecting, they are armed, they could do something. People on their own, as I've been saying, they do their uprisings regularly, protests, and then you just shoot a couple of them and you arrest 5 of them and everybody runs away. And they just get defeated and they come back out. But the thing is, they keep coming back out. They just don't give up. But it's just that they can't finish it because this regime in Iran is vicious. They be getting Hezbollah members and all the other proxies to come to Iran to beat up their own people. So they don't even get the Iranians to do it. How long do we give it for Khamenei to be killed? I don't know. At this point, I'm not going to get into that because I wanted to say hours, minutes, but that will be too much optimism. Also, he's very old, so he could just die regardless. Natalie says, congratulations on surpassing 1 million subscribers, but it really bugs me. You have 2 flags in the background. Can you add the 3rd Iranian flag? There's no space for the Iranian flag. Bring back the Sunshine Lion and hostages. Let's get Elon to airdrop Starlink. The thing is, I will bring the Sun and Lion flag. I'll put it here for a bit, especially when the revolution happens. Then we'll get involved. Why not? Kurt says, I think the cargo planes from China was more air defense weapons. Yeah, most likely. All of a sudden, their air defenses are working again. Yeah, they're not working too well, though. Israelis are still hitting everything that they want. Would like to see on Piers Morgan taking on Mr. Potato Head. Yeah. Mary Jane. So, yeah, Piers Morgan did get in touch yesterday, 2 days ago, yesterday. He wanted me to go on his show. The problem is that with my schedule here, with every day, as those of you who are regular viewers, you know, I haven't slept. I haven't gotten a haircut. Look at this, mate. It's like lockdown all over again. So I did tell Piers' team that unfortunately I can't right now. But it would have been great because I think I was going to be up against... who was up against? I can't remember. Someone crazy. It's Piers Morgan's show. The thing is that you're not going to really achieve anything by going on Piers Morgan's show. Just shout and shout for no reason. Mushtaba saying the same thing. Thank you. Miriam says, love the beautiful Iranian people and for your praying for your father. Thank you. There's a lot of other comments. Thanks so much. It wasn't Khamenei who was killed. It was his favorite goat, Greta Goat. She unalived herself when she learned that she was going to be in a bunker overnight with Khamenei. Yes. All right, let's go to the members of 2CTV Plus. I haven't forgotten about you guys. All right, what's happening over here? Honest, straightforward, and reliable news. Yes. Thank you so much. Also, if you had any idea how hot it is right now in this studio, it is boiling. One of the main reasons I keep touching here, it's not just the hair, it's because it just feels uncomfortable. Everything feels uncomfortable. Just stop touching it. It's boiling, everything. Everything. All right, segment suggestion, top 5 worst promotions in history. Ali Shadmani, Saturday. Hey baby, finally got war chief Tuesday dead. Yeah, that was the new chief of staff to the army. Who got a little bit dead after a few days. Why would you accept these jobs? It's like the leader of Hezbollah. If somebody offers you the job of the leadership of Hezbollah, just say no. Just say you're busy. Just say you're busy washing your hair. Do not become a leader of Hezbollah. It's just not worth it. Just like the chief of staff of the IRGC, don't do it. Many other jobs. You can work in McDonald's. Where are the US burqa busters? Burqa busters. We need to behead the snake ASAP. You mean bunker buster, right? Regarding the toilets, he could be like that reporter in Gaza who keeps coming back. Well, I can't believe you called Mr. Fafo a reporter. Mr. Fafo in Gaza, he's had many jobs. For a while, he was a doctor. for a while he was a singer. He did go on X Factor and America's Got Talent and Gaza's Got Talent. And yeah, he did also become a journalist. He died a couple of times. He came back to life, you know. We know you're in the crowd with your new bag. Gays for Iran. Thanks for that. Gays for... Why am I gay? Oh, it's the gay bag, isn't it? Newspapers here in Canada says that the leaders are fleeing the IRGC are coming to Canada. Yeah, so they are seeking asylum. They haven't gone to Canada. Although we already have half of the IRGC already in Canada from years ago, and their families, they already moved a few years ago, which has been a problem. And that's all thanks to Justin Castro Trudeau. I will keep saying this, ending him while they are supposedly in a bunker is pointless. The public need to see him alive. And then if done publicly, there is proof that it's done. Yeah, don't do an Adolf, guys. We need to see the body. Unlike with Adolf, which has had endless speculations for decades. Yeah, and also Bin Laden as well. Let's not forget about that guy. Yeah, I know. Let's view the comments. Footage from inside Khamenei's bunker. What is he doing? He's just panicking. Oh, he's crying. Oh no. He's so sad. Oh no, he's crying on the floor. Oh, poor kid. Anyway, got a couple of other comments here. Orange Cone says that Maya joining the 2CTV Plus, well, 2CTV Plus, has been a waste of money. There is no limit to enjoy the extras with all the live streams that you do. Just kidding. I was going to say, is this some sort of customer feedback live on YouTube saying your 2CTV Plus is pointless? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm keeping you busy with the actual live reports. But yeah, don't forget, if you have the app, you can multitask. You can go on the 2CTV app, have it here, check out the stuff, and also you could watch this on TV or on your laptops on YouTube. Do you think that the 2-week delay, or is it really just the boys playing another game? Yeah, but again, you never take anything that Trump says literally on the surface. He always has a different plan. Usually goes the opposite, so we'll find out if it's actually going to be 2 weeks or is it going to be tonight. You never know. What countries can the Crown Prince trust? None of them? Apart from Israel, because he's friends with Netanyahu. And he's quite friendly with the Trump's team. In fact, President Trump has a picture of the last Shah in his office, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, the last king of Iran, which is Reza's dad. So he's a confirmed monarchist. Thank you to the IDF for their precision and care in keeping the Iranian people as safe as they can in this. Yeah, it's the only army in the world that actually gives you a heads up before they attack you, which is quite nice. If the internet in Tehran is down, how do the civilians get the message to evacuate the areas designated by Israel? Yeah, at this point, I don't know, but they have evacuated. So the internet it's very, very slow. It comes and goes, but you will be surprised how quickly the word of mouth spreads. And we did hear some updates about the Israelis wanting to drop leaflets and everything else like that. So we don't know. It's a very fair point, by the way. Join 2CTV Plus today. Excellent value for money. It's the opposite of the other comments. But not got anything else done. As so much great content on here. Be sure to download the app and join today. Everyone's doing advertising. I hope your dad is safe, Maya. Best wishes from myself and husband from Cheshire, UK. Thank you. Unfortunately, as I said, I've lost all contact with my father. Haven't spoken to him since Monday. He's still somewhere in Tehran. And yeah, hopefully it's fine. Hopefully he's safe somewhere, hiding until this whole thing ends. We should just hope that the IDF could finish the job as soon as possible. All right, where are we with you lovely humans on YouTube? We got Terry saying, none of us are sleeping. My hair looks like just like yours. Really? Oh yeah, that's the one we saw before. Is this any different to Iraq? Yeah. Surely we're naive to think a change in regime is going to be any more sympathetic to the West. Your thoughts, please. Yeah, Iran is very different to Iraq. If I have to explain that again, I'm just gonna go in a bunker with Khamenei. All right, can I do it in a short and summarized way? Because I've been saying this every single day. All right, look at this hair. You look what you've done to my hair now. All right. Iran has a rich history. Iraq has been messed up and a dictatorship for decades before even like Saddam went down. Iran was the first country in the Middle East to introduce a constitutional monarchy, parliamentary democracy. They voted for politicians. Iraq didn't have that. The Iranian people obviously also had the rich history with the human rights. Iraq didn't have that. Iran has Islamic occupiers controlling the country, and the opposition is the people of Iran, and obviously the crown prince is the leader of the opposition and popular inside the country. In Iraq, you had Saddam, and the opposition was different factions of terrorist groups. You got Sunni and Shia and ISIS and this and that, and it was a bit of a mess. And the problem with that was that Americans did a proactive change of regime, and they said, here's some democracy, Mr. Iraqi. Guess what happened? They weren't ready for democracy. They didn't know what democracy was, and it was chaos. They started killing each other. That was the problem with Iraq. Imposing democracy on countries that haven't had it, it's weird. Now, Iran obviously is different because they had it before and they know what they want. They already have a plan. Transition government with the crown prince, then have a referendum and have the first election. People will decide whether they want a republic, whether they want a constitutional monarchy, whether they want parliamentary democracy, a German-style system, or constitutional republic like the United States. They already have that plan anyway, and there are no militant factions like ISIS or this or that, like Iraq. Hope this helped. I'm a Brit atheist, and I would like to argue atheist values can be pretty good because we have to work them out for ourselves based on how to treat people well, with no potential reward. Well, it makes you feel better, doesn't it? If you do nice things as an atheist, it makes you feel better. So that's the reward, right? And you won't get killed. Mossad smuggled weapons to arm rebels and civilians. We don't have confirmation on that. Please don't give peers the time of the day. Yeah. I know, there's no point to debate with nutters. Nuclear fuel for the new reactors and old restarts planned for... What is going on here? Oh, the 60% enrichment is 90% of work. Yeah, this is what the White House has been saying as well, which is correct. And Marco Rubio also confirmed this. So it is important to know that the Iranian regime, if they go crazy, they could do crazy things. Thanks, MMA lover. Matt says, thank you for all you do. Thank you. All right. If the IRGC falls, be careful of the meddling from Pakistan. Yeah, good luck, Pakistan. It's not even a real country. They can do whatever they want to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wait. Let me just double check to see before I let you go. I'm going to see if there's any imminent update breaking as it happens. Right, no confirmation yet. Everyone's fine. And something's happened. What? Okay. Now, something may have happened. Something may have happened. I'm going to get the confirmation before that. In the meantime, you could stay up to date with everything if you download the 2CTV app. Did you know that? Also, use the promo code 1million. You will get half price. Limited offer for the last time ever. 50% off annual memberships of 2CTV Plus. Go on 2c.tv or find a link in the description box under the video and download the 2CTV app from your app store today. I'm Maya 2C, and we are the media.